Anything workshop is all about is you guys, I'm going to make a presentation. Hopefully I'm going to try to keep it everything under 30 minutes to 45 minutes so that you get a presentation of what this is all about. And then you are free to ask any question concerning the project, concerning your own concerns, and every question goes. So I'm just going to ask you to be patient with me as I try to put this together. What we're going to also do is that, as you can see, we call it Nollycoin, powering the African movie ecosystem. And that probably might not even be the right thing I wanted to put. It should actually be Nollytainment, because the project itself, the company itself is called Nollytainment. The company itself that is building this awesome platform that we are trying to introduce to the movie community in Africa. Nollycoin just happens to be the coin that we're using to raise money for it. The two are very separate things. I know a lot of people focus on the coin because that's the one they make money on and all that. But the real substance for me is the Nollytainment company, the business that is going to be building a platform to stream movies using cryptocurrency, to show movies in cinemas using cryptocurrency, and basically building a whole new entertainment ecosystem based on the blockchain technology. That's why we call it blockchain comes to Nollywood. The coin part of it is the means of raising the funds for the blockchain project. I want to also keep that in mind. So what I'm going to do today, this is what we're going to cover. I'm going to tell you, we're going to cover who is the Nollycoin founder and who is the, and can you trust him? Because it all comes down to the person that is bringing a project. Can they really deliver it? Is this somebody that has a track record to waste your time? Some of you are going to invest a lot of money in this project. You want to ask yourself, is this the kind of person that can deliver, so that the value of whatever I'm getting for investing in the project or for supporting the project can get value at some point. So we're going to talk about what is Nollycoin. I'm going to give you a short version of it. I'm going to talk about why we are doing this, because obviously this is supposed to be something that is providing solutions to the African, or what I call developing countries movie system. And if you say you're providing solutions, you got to tell us what is the problem. And then we're going to talk about our value proposition. We're going to talk about solutions. We don't pretend or assume that we are going to solve all the problems in Nollywood or in movie production, but we will tell you some of the solutions that we have that can help deal with some of the issues in the industry. And then we're going to tell you how we intend to achieve our objectives. And then we're going to take, we're going to talk about the project team and advisors, because also, no matter how great an idea is, the people that are going to execute it also is very critical. And this is being done, and that's why you see me go online. It's a global thing. I want people to be able to follow us, even from wherever in the world. But right now we have a group of interested people on Telegram that is about 4,000 people. They want to hear about this. And Mr. Bayo, you're going to be taking note as they post questions, so let me see them. I wish I can even go live on my own computer so that I can see for myself. All right, and then we're going to talk about the Nollycoin offer structure, why it's a good thing for you to support this project, and why this might be one of the best things you support, at least this year. For me, this is probably going to be the biggest project I've ever done in my life, and those of you who know me know I've done some pretty big ones. And then we're going to talk about what is in it for you at the end of the day. For those of you in the crypto community, why should you support this? Even those in the press, what is in it for you? Why should we help you promote this? And then we'll talk about how to support the offer. And then we're going to talk about the legal disclaimers. Most of you know me as a lawyer. I'm required by law. Because apart from being a Nigerian citizen, I'm also an American citizen. The company itself is based in the US, even though it's going to have a branch in Nigeria. So we have to follow American laws as far as this crypto and all this stuff is concerned. All right, who am I? I'm not going to spend so much time here because I'm home right here. For those of you watching me online, I'm right here in Nigeria. I'm going to be going to Ghana sometime next week. But this is my own country. I want to believe most of those here know me, or they can know me if they want to know me in terms of asking their colleagues, or the members of the press, or simply Googling my name. So I'm not going to take the normal 20 minutes that I normally take to really break it down and tell you why I can deliver on this project. So we're just going to do a very short summary for the what I call the local market, because typically I take a long time on this because it is big abroad for you to establish your bona fides that you can deliver this. I mean, I've been a lawyer since 1986 in Nigeria. 1997 in New York, and the Federal Bar of Nebraska, where I actually live. I trained with Anderson. Most of my consulting experience I learned from that, or knowledge I got from there. My very first company was called Dale Plumber, and Dale Plumber, I'm sad to report to you, was a spectacular failure. I don't want to spend so much time going there because I learned a lot of life lessons from that project. It's basically trying to do what Yuba is doing today in the plumbing industry in 1987. And that's to tell you how forward-looking, in fact, it was an idea that was 20 years or 30 years ahead of its time, but we didn't know better. It was my first company right out of a youth service. We wanted to start a company where people don't need to call Babalati or James to come and fix their plumbing works, where they can just call in and somebody can show up at their office and come and fix this. Those things that are common now, and we did everything right, everything was looking awesome, and we forgot one thing: majority of the people do not have phones. Okay, it sounds very stupid in retrospect, but we are doing all these things, we didn't think about that. Very few people had phones there, okay, so very few people can call us. So the business ended up not succeeding, and I learned a very big lesson that you want to create something that anytime you want to create a business, you want to make sure it's not too ahead of the market, while it's also not behind. You got to be in the cutting edge of it for you to have instantaneous success, and that has driven me since that time for people who see stuff I've been doing. Just like even this cryptocurrency, this is just coming into the consciousness of people all over the world, okay, even less in Nigeria, and I feel that this is the time for us to introduce some stuff that could change the industry. I have no doubt that by the time Nollycoin is done, this will be all that we'll be talking about in Nigeria for the next 1 or 2 years, because we all love copycat, we love to copy a pioneer, and everybody's going to see how easy it is to do this, and the next thing you know, it's going to be everywhere, and that is the whole idea. Alright, we want a blockchain-powered economy, because that is where the world is going. The rest of it, you can pretty much say my very first company was a finance company that I started in 1991. It was a spectacular success, we did very well. Before I moved to the US and started my law firm there in 1997, I still have it. Our law firm is bi-law.com for those who might not know me and want to go check it out. We have, I think, an 18-man law firm now that I started. We got some great lawyers there. I don't even go to court much anymore. It's been run by one of my partners who was my former employee, Mr. Igboku, and it's excellent. We have 6 lawyers and 12 paralegals in that office right now. Specialty personnel was my very first successful business in the US. All I'm going to say about that is in 1999, our turnover was $3.4 million. And for like 6 years, we never did under $1 million that I ran. Okay, and then we have, after that, while that was going on, we had a National Workforce Training Institute where we train nurses and I forgot what these people that drop blood, what do we call them now? All this stuff. My wife is a nurse, so I basically started this for her, and we train people, phlebotomists, CNAs, CMAs, and all that. We train them and certify them. I ran that for a couple of years before turning over to my wife, who's really the medical profession. And of course, the one most people know me about, the most controversial of my businesses, or that I was involved in today, Dope Media. For those who may not know, I actually was the guy that was the first CEO of Dope Media back in 2005. I was the one that raised the funds to start Dope Media, of course with the help of the Redeemed Christian Church of God and the General Overseer. It was, like I've always said, I know today is the day we are going to address some of this, but I've always said I'm not going to talk about my experience in Dope Media. All I'm going to say about it, so that those people bring that, we are not here to discuss that today. I'm not going to entertain questions on it. All I'm going to tell you is that Dope Media is the one that gave me the opportunity to get into the entertainment company. I didn't know anything about entertainment before then. I was just a lawyer, a fundraiser, and a hustler. That's all I know. And but when Dope Media came, and I was brought from the US to come and raise the funds for Redeem, and by God's grace, we did an awesome job. I think we raised about 600 million in a 6-week period then, and then the GO insisted I have to run the company. And really, with lack of experience, I did the best I can. Within a year, those of you who are around there know that Dope Media became basically #1 in the country in terms of movie distribution, media marketing, and particularly when it involves Christian-related items. I created Dope TV that is still on air today. People might not believe that. Myself and a group of very young boys, Sega, Dejirawo, You know that they're all over the place now. The guy that owns X2D and all these boys, Kunle, all those, these are all young boys, 20, 21, 23, 24. They were the ones that did the work, but we took over the industry more or less in under 1 year. We take us the board. I also made a lot of mistakes because a man of my temperament, I'm a very intense guy, and I didn't understand the politics, and I made a lot of mistakes that ended up, because that's the question a lot of people wanted to ask. Was he fired in dope or did he leave? I think it's both, okay? The reality of it is that I was forced to leave. I did resign, but it was not something that I wanted to do, but it's either do that or get your ass fired. So there is nothing embarrassing in being asked to resign, but I'm very proud. I still believe dope media was my proudest achievement, okay? And when I look at what we did with practically no experience, and they are still talking about it even 11 years after, I have nothing but gratitude. I have no problem against the Redeemed Christian Church of God. I have no problem against the General Overseer. All I can do is say, I thank him for the opportunity to do that. I was the CEO, and when things were going wrong, it's a very poor CEO that comes in public and start blaming others. I could give you 1,001 reasons of what went wrong. It do. But it all stops at my desk, because really nobody bothered me. I did whatever I wanted to do in the media. So if things went wrong, after the second year, I just raised up my hand and accepted, and I said, guys, let it go. I'm not going to take questions. Now I have addressed though. Let's move on. Stigomania, of course, was mine, and of course, Stigomania, you guys also know we did an awesome job. We more or less also changed the way artist management is done in Nigeria. I manage Genevieve, Funke Akindele, Omoni Oboli. You guys know all the artists that we managed at that time and how we changed, how they approach themselves as stars. That's when we created the first social media platforms, even when nobody knew what that was. For those of you around that time, where we bring Genevieve live to come and chat with our fans. Nobody knew what chatting was online, but we were right in the cutting edge. We did an awesome job with that. I'm very proud to see Omoni today. I remember I was the first management company Omoni Oboli had, and she's still one of my best projects today, because she was virtually unknown when she came here. And in 2 years, we were able to get her into the consciousness, and when I see what she's doing now, I can't be more proud. Genevieve was already a big star before we came. Genevieve, rather than, she's an awesome client to manage, in the sense of all the people I ever managed. Genevieve was the most professional, I will say that on the record. All right, I never had to chase her for my fees. I never had to chase her. Whatever happened, she sends money into my account, even when I didn't know that money was being paid. I cannot say that for most of the others, and I'm just going to leave it like that. We also did a record label. Most of you know some of the artists that we managed. People may not remember, but I'd like to remind you, simply because it's relevant to where we are going. Because some of you might be wondering, you haven't seen me on the scene since it's been a while that I came and shoot the industry, and I'm coming again to make a lot of noise, but it's not without some experience, in case some of you are wondering. I would just like to put it back on record, in case the record is being changed or people are forgetting. We discovered DJ Z's, okay, his very first album, Ceremony, was released on Stigomania Records. People do not know that. I discovered Konga, his very first album, Baby Konga, was released on Stigomania Records. We discovered Midnight Crew, their album Igwe was first released on Stigomania Records, before some Alaba guys took them illegally, and I think we ended up going to court, and I think we got compensated a bit. And it's on and on. And then apart from the full-blown stars that really went on to do great things, we also managed several young ones who, some of them are in what I call a mid-status, like a Babane, the Omogeto guy, one of my very proud guys. I believe he's probably one of the most talented musicians in Nigeria today, but he probably hasn't been to where he needs to be. We also had some that really didn't make it. I'm not going to bother to mention their name, but just know we did that. All right. And then after that, I got bored, so to speak, with entertainment, because it really wasn't. I'm that kind of guy. I'm not a 10-year runner. I mean, like, I give you 120% for 3 years. By the 4th year, I'm bored. I really want to do something else. So I transversed into digital marketing. And for those who have been following online, you also know that we have created some massive value online. 5kjoba.com is my platform. I own American Internet Business School, where we certify and train people all over the world in digital marketing. And that last comment you see there, I just abbreviated the two, because like I said, I can't keep the resume, it's just too long, but I put what I think was relevant. Mobisoft and Netpreneur, I put that in there because that's actually my primary company that I'm running. And Netpreneur 360 is mostly a software development company. and we released the software November 2016, about a year and 4 months ago, called Mobimatic, and that software itself is done over $1 million in less than a year. We've done about 4 more in the last 1 year with varying degrees of success, 300,000, 400,000. So we do know how to build software, because this venture is about software and entertainment management. And I'm showcasing this for you to understand that I really can deliver. But this is Nigeria. I'm not going to go too much about that. In the US, we actually take about an hour establishing those bona fides, but most people there may not know me much. So you guys can ask your questions later, as long as it's going to do with you. So what is Nollycoin ICO? Okay, this is the where we're going. What I'm going to do, because taking you through just I'm trying to see when to bring this now. What I've done is put together like an 8-minute video. Okay, but I think what we should do is I'll finish this slide, then I'll bring in the video, because the video summarizes everything. Okay, so that you guys can make notes. Then I'm going to come back to the value proposition that we have for Nollywood and all that, so that way we're both in sync. So what is Nollycoin ICO? Is a crowdfunding campaign to raise funds for the Nollytainment blockchain-powered ecosystem. Like I said, the real focus should be on the Nollytainment blockchain-powered ecosystem. Yeah, I know those of us in crypto here and some of us who are thinking of buying Nollycoin, you are more interested in the coin and the value the coin is going to give you. But I'm telling you, what gives your coin value ultimately is the substance of the business that we're going to be running when those coins have been bought. So you want to pay attention, because as things begin to happen is when the value of your coin is going to begin to rise, even though the two are not supposed to even be connected. So focus on the business itself. So we are creating a whole new ecosystem. I'm not under any illusion that this will be mainstream in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months, but I'm telling you, over the next couple of years, all this stuff I'm talking about today will be mainstream. Okay, now our own ecosystem, we're going to have a Nolly TV, think Netflix on steroids. I'm going to explain that later after the video. We're going to have, apart from the Nolly TV, we're going to be having the Nolly cinemas, where they show movies, and all you need to watch the movie is Nollycoin. You're not going to be able to pay cash. You're not going to be able to use your card to pay that. You're going to have to go online and get Nollycoin to be able to watch it. We're going to have a Nolly Mall. We're going to have, I will explain the whole ecosystem later, so that we are not overdeveloping that. Okay, and so essentially that's it. Okay, that's part of the system. Nolly TV, Nolly Mall, Nolly Cinemas, Nolly Exchange, Nolly Academy, and Nolly Crowdfund platform. I can explain all of that during the Q&A. I want to move this quickly. All right, so before we go into the problems that we are here to solve, let me play this short video for you guys. I think the video will give a lot of perspective to most of us. Then I can finish up, then we'll take question and answers. All right, again, what I've done with this video before I roll it is because I want to, somewhere in the middle, we repeated different versions of what it is, because it's a bit technical for those who might not have been exposed to blockchain. They might have been exposed to cryptocurrency, but blockchain is a business. Currency is the money to raise, currency to raise money for the project. So we repeated the video. So if it looks like it repeated itself, it was deliberate. One was a caricature drawing, another one was somebody talking. So pay attention. It's only 8 minutes, but it will give you a lot of perspective. Here we go. Somebody put on the team now, other what I call movie industries in different countries. Like you have Gollywood in Ghana, you have all sorts of wood all over the continent. All right, but we're still limited by 5 major factors. All right, number one, of course, problem of access to capital to produce qualitative movies. Everybody knocks African movies when they look at the kind of quality in terms of the finesse that they used to finish it. But people don't remember that those who make movies, I tell almost forgot. We have Mr. Chancellor and some guys waiting with the reception for me. Somebody go get him. I told him to wait in the restaurant. Yes, Mr. Chancellor, one of our directors is there. All right, so our problem of access to capital to produce qualitative movies, because we complain about some of the quality and we don't realize that they literally do magic every time they make a movie. Because when somebody makes a movie with the equivalent of like $20,000, which really is even a lot of money for that industry. Some do 10,000, which is like about 3.5 million naira to make a movie, maybe even less. That money is not even enough to hire a cinematographer in most other countries of the world, talk less of making a complete movie. But they make 2-hour movies and you can watch it and you can enjoy it, even if you notice all those flaws. So I have nothing but absolute respect for those guys who make movies in the Nigerian environment. Yes, they're having some access to capital now, but even then, maybe even some at the level of the most of this world, maybe they see $100,000 or $200,000 to put on a movie, they'll be doing Thanksgiving. So that is a problem that has limited a lot of producers from being able to reach their potential. Problems of copyright protection and piracy. Our copyright documentation is so poor. Yeah, you go to Abuja, you get one, they give you one piece of paper, but there is nowhere anybody, if you are going to transact with you, it's very difficult for me to be able to verify who actually is the original owner of the movie work. Because anybody takes a movie, they go sell it, and we have a lot of that on YouTube, a lot of fights, and as a lawyer, I've had to write many times to YouTube about to defend people who own copyright against. In Amazon, you just see a movie there, Amazon has paid somebody, and then it turned out that the person is not really the owner because there is really no centralized registry that Amazon can go to or that YouTube can go to verify who is the copyright owner. And we're coming to that. Inadequate multi-level worldwide distribution to justify the financial and artistic investment by investors. Even if you have money to put in Nigerian movies, you'll be a foolish man to go put 200 million naira on a movie, how are you going to make the money back? Because there are only 25 cinemas in Nigeria as we speak. That's a big improvement from 10 years ago. But really, how much money can you make from 25 cinemas? The real people who can really spend major money, okay, on movies, I'm talking people in Festac area. We don't have a cinema there. We don't have cinema in deep places like Mushi. You assume those people won't go to cinema, they will go. If you put one in there, and they will spend that money on and on and on. Because remember, when we were growing up, Rainbow Cinema was in Mushi, and it was the most popular cinema in the whole of the country, and it's always full. I remember I was young, we would line up sometimes for 3-4 hours just to get in to watch a movie. But Rainbow Cinema is gone. There's also another one in the Banwo that time that we used to all go and talk when I was 10, 12 years old. But we don't have all of that now. So if you put in, imagine, guys, I wanted to just close your eyes and think this. What if we have 200 cinemas in Nigeria? More will make 2 billion on a movie without doing anything extra. Okay? That Black Panther, everybody shouting, 500 million, 600 million, will be like maybe 5 billion right now. Because most people don't have access. Kubwa and Abuja, all those places, they don't have movie cinema. And many are not going to go out of their way just to come to Silverbed to watch movie. First, they feel intimidated. Two, the person in deep Ikeja is not going to be thinking, I want to go all the way to movie cinema, but there's a movie cinema right in there. The people in VI don't spend money. Poor guys spend massively. They don't care. If you have only 10,000 naira in their hands, they will take their girlfriend and they will spend it. A rich man has 10,000 in his hand, to get him to spend 1,000 is a major problem because he's overthinking. So we have that problem, okay? Inadequate worldwide level of distribution that will make, that will justify the investment that you put in there. I want to take a minute just to appreciate one of the, what I call one of the living legends in the Nollywood movies. Those are the guys that say make that magic. I was saying before I came in, with little capital, they make magic on the screen, and I know that, and I'm very proud to introduce Mr. Charles Novia to the audience. Those of you may not know him facially, but behind the screen, that's Charles Novia, the guy behind the Missing Angel, Covenant Church, my favorite movie of all time. And I told him that I joined at the hip. And I know some of you say, Charles Novia, Okweba will do me that. Yeah, it's Charles Novia, Nolly TV, Okweba, who we are going for right now. Okay, we'll talk about that later. All right, structural problems for fair compensation for collaborators and other professionals. Right now, it's not a big issue yet, but people are beginning to wake up. When you take a Daniel Ademino who's in New York right now, I was sharing with him last week. Incidentally, he's also on board. He was telling me that, listen, somebody paid him a lot of money to come and direct a movie in Nigeria. And he's telling them that, no, I don't have a problem with this big money you are paying me, but I want royalty on the movies when it goes on sale. You can't just pay me to come and direct movie and that's the end, which is true. Anywhere globally, okay, a movie director collects until the life of that movie is ended, not just the producer. Script writer that we all look down on here, those are some of the most highly paid people abroad. The script writer who wrote the script, for as long as I show that movie, is going to get paid. Major actors, none of the actors that they consider the draw actors, they negotiate percentage of the income, apart from the money you pay them, but you don't do that in Nigeria now. Not simply because it's difficult for even a producer to understand that the man is struggling with $10,000. You are telling him you want to collect, it's very like as if you are insane. Number two, even if he wants to pay you, how do you monitor it? Okay, you have to trust that the producer, when he collects the money, is going to come and give you your royalty. And we all know how that goes. It's a trust economy. You have to trust a producer to pay you the money that is owed to you, even as an actor. You know, they pay you a part, and then they say they pay you the balance when the movie comes out. Getting that balance becomes a problem, not even because the producer wants to be a bad person. But if the man projects 50 million is going to be made and the team makes 10 million, and the cinemas takes 6 or 7 million out of that, the man's got 3 million in his pocket. He's also got families to feed. So stories start. And then you see a lot of fights. So that's a major problem in the industry. Problems for universal means of exchange. Okay, for payment for African movies. Right now, a Chancellor cannot sit down here and sell his movie in the US and get his money safely. He has to trust somebody in the US to be his agent, who will first collect dollar and then be converted to naira to send to him. Okay, in between, a lot of expense goes in and a lot of money disappears. He cannot go and sell his money in Ukraine because he doesn't have Ukraine money. He's going to have to look for somebody who will help him collect the money and convert the money to dollar, from dollar convert to naira. And that is a major limiting factor for him being able to be bold enough to put this movie out there for the whole world to watch. Because if he IPs the address of people like places like Jamaica, Caribbean islands, where they're even crazier for Nollywood movies than even Africa, they have a challenge about paying him unless he has the dollar platform. And then when he has the dollar platform, he has to go through his account at GTB or wherever, and then in there, about 10% of that money will disappear through charges and all. So it's a major problem. Incoming, I call it. So welcome to the world of blockchain. What blockchain technology? I know we're here to talk about how to invest in the Nollycoin that we're using to raise money, but I wanted to focus on the technology and see how it's about to change Nigeria. Say I said it. In the next 2 years, this thing they call blockchain technology, forget what CBN is saying, they're talking crypto. I don't care what they're saying about that. Blockchain technology is where you put your eyes, because that is the one that is going to be a game changer. All right, and these are, before I explain what the solution is, what blockchain technology has brought about, so that you understand it. He has something that is called smart contracts. Okay, remember, I'm not even a technical guy, so this is easy to understand. It's not complicated. I'm still waiting for you guys to fix this video. Don't think they're off the hook, guys. Fix it. We're good. And test it. Okay? We're good. I'm international. Fix it, test it. I want to hear some voice. Okay? Don't even play me. Look for the video. Look for the video there. No, it's also on the internet. Go on our channel, pull it up. Nollywood food presentation. I'm doing it in my system to do it. Yeah. See, okay, in a minute. All right, now, blockchain technology. Maybe you should do that while I'm explaining blockchain. How many minutes will it take you?
Like 5 minutes.
Okay, quickly do it. I can explain. I think I can take that part quickly. Make it 3 minutes. All right, so blockchain technology is coming to solve a lot of the problems that I just explained. Because with blockchain now, the central part of the blockchain technology is something called smart contract. So let's say Charles Novia were to do his next movie, and we are hoping and praying that that next movie is going to be a Nolly TV movie. It's coming, all right? So now, when it finishes that movie, in the course of negotiating with it, because we know that people are supposed to be compensated internationally, we're going to deal with them on an international level. My partners are all Americans, only one Nigerian partner. The remaining 5, you're going to see them in a minute. They are Americans, they deal stuff like in Hollywood. Now, we're going to say we want to pay you this much to make this movie, or we want to buy your movie that you just made, pay you a certain amount of money. We are going to pay you maybe 5% recurrent. Who's your scriptwriter? We want to pay your scriptwriter maybe 1% recurrent, and on and on. So when we are going to load that movie on the Nolly TV platform, which is like the central part of this thing that we're building, okay, we're not going to say every movie that is sold, pay Charles Novia 5%, pay scriptwriter 1%. If we took money from a bank, which again, like I said, this industry is about to explode, we now say, okay, for every money that comes in, pay 10% to GT Bank, until it reaches a certain amount of money, whatever it is we agree with them, will be their principal plus interest. Once we fill that smart contract, and don't think of it as anything complicated, it's the same way as you are filling a form to register a Facebook page, so it's not complicated. So you fill the form online, we verify it as against the contracts you have signed with your partners. The minute you deploy it, that contract codes, okay, in simple man's terms, and it's locked forever. That means Charles Novia cannot go in there, okay? Charles Novia, that's in the computer, right? Charles Novia can't go in there and change it. I can't go in there, even as the owner of the platform, and change it. Anytime somebody now comes in and buys the movie, let's say it's $9 to stream that movie, automatically everybody gets an alert within a minute. Charles gets an alert for his own money. I get an alert for my own as owner of the platform. Maybe we charge 10% or 5%, whatever it is we end up charging. GT Bank gets an alert, okay, for the percentage that's supposed to come to him. And on like that. So what that means, in case you still don't get it, is just see that the world just changed right before your eyes. The movie industries, the bankers who right now should be in the forefront of promoting people like Charles, because the problem we have is right now is banks lend you money, and because they also don't know better, they give money to Charles Novia to go make a movie. And then they are expecting Charles Novia to pay them back with interest the money used to make a movie. They didn't say go and bring a marketing executive or a marketing company that will market this, want to see the marketing plan. How will our money come back? Okay, so but now with blockchain technology, they can insist, okay, we're going to give you this money, but your product is going to be released on a blockchain powered network. And then our interest is recognized from day one. So the three risks they are running the risk of business, that the movie may work or may not work. That's a risk of business. Everybody knows that. A movie might look good on paper and fall flat in the cinema. It may look bad on paper and win at the cinema. Everybody makes a decision based on that, including the buyers, which is fair enough. So they will look at his record. How many movies has he made? What kind of fan base does he have? Does he have credibility for great movies? All those things they do on their computer. They are proven. Now the second risk is that when Charles makes the money, that he's going to come and pay them back at the back. Or the second is that Charles will actually be able to market the movie. Charles is a producer. When you hear some of those bars complain, I say, who are the guys who approved money for these guys? There was a time there was a big controversy about some loan that they gave some producer. I'm like, you can't blame the producers. They produce movie. They have the movie on the table. Now you're telling them to go sell it. Where are they going to sell it? They don't even know what to sell. They don't know where to go sell it. So the movie is piling up. One of them was very funny. I won't mention it. I actually went to his house and I saw, I'm talking, thousands of movies replicated in his town. He didn't charge me money. But it is there, nobody's able to sell it because the ecosystem was not complete. People who market movies are different from people those who make them. And then when they collect the money, you don't want to trust Charles Novia with the cash. Not because it's not trustworthy, but because he's a human being. Okay? Everybody's got problems. He will be like, okay, I will pay the bank tomorrow. He's going to solve his own problem today. So you want to remove the trust aspect. I don't need to trust you to get paid for money I borrowed you with blockchain technology. That's why it's called trustless economy. Every time somebody gets paid, everybody that needs to get paid collects their money. Whatever is going on in your life is your problem. My money is in my pocket first. Then you can beg me to lend it to you again. That is what blockchain is about in a nutshell. All right, are you ready?
A minute.
Okay, then you're done. I told you 3 minutes. Get out of here. All right?
By providing a distributed and highly transparent decentralized platform that connects creative artists and movie watchers directly in the movie ecosystem, Nollycoin is empowering a new era in the movie industry in a way that is sustainable, borderless, and fair to all stakeholders. For full details on how you can be part of the Nollycoin revolution, go to www.nollycoin.com.
Break it down for you now.
Welcome to the world of Nolly. Nollycoin is the linchpin of a new ecosystem that provides lasting solutions to some of the intractable problems of the movie industry and third world movies and beyond. Nollycoin powers a peer-to-peer system for the publication, distribution, and consumption of movies using decentralized ledger blockchain technology. Here is a step-by-step presentation of the Nollycoin powered blockchain entertainment network. First, producers and content owners register and load their content on the Nolly TV blockchain-powered entertainment portal. Next, the owner executes a smart contract that stipulates the different rights and compensation percentages for different collaborators on each sale of the content. After that, the movie content is publicly published on the Nolly TV portal for consumers to buy. Users will then select and pay for the content through their portal wallets using Nollycoin. Once payment is made by the user, the decentralized ledger automatically records and authenticates each transaction. All authenticated transactions are placed into encrypted blocks and added in a permanent form to the decentralized ledger. The micropayments due to different beneficiaries on each sale are automatically credited to their portal wallets, based on the terms of the published smart contract for each content purchased. Beneficiaries can now withdraw their money from their wallets at any time, from anywhere in the world, in Nollycoin, which they can keep for the value or convert to fiat or other cryptos on the Nollytainment exchange or other exchanges where Nollycoin is traded. Portal is open to all content owners worldwide, and there is no third-party intervention in the entire process. Welcome to the world of Nolly, the new revolution in movie distribution powered by Nollycoin. For more information on how to be part of this revolution, visit www.nollycoin.com.
Welcome to the world of Nolly. Nollycoin is the linchpin of a new ecosystem that provides lasting solutions to some of the intractable problems of the movie industry in third world movies and beyond. Nollycoin powers a peer-to-peer system for the publication, distribution, and consumption of movies using decentralized ledger blockchain technology. Here is a step-by-step presentation of the Nollycoin-powered blockchain entertainment network. First, producers and content owners register and load their content on the Nolly TV blockchain-powered entertainment portal. Next, the owner executes a smart contract that stipulates the different rights and compensation percentages for different collaborators on each sale of the content. After that, the movie content is publicly published on the Nolly TV portal for consumers to buy. Users will then select and pay for the content through their portal wallets using Nollycoin. Now, once payment is made by the user, the decentralized ledger automatically records and authenticates each transaction. Now, all authenticated transactions are placed into encrypted blocks and added in a permanent form to the decentralized ledger. The micropayments due to different beneficiaries on each sale are automatically credited to their portal wallets based on the terms of the published smart contract for each content purchased. The beneficiaries can now withdraw their money from their wallets at any time, from anywhere in the world in Nollycoin, which they can keep for the value or convert to fiat or other cryptos on the Nollytainment exchange, or of course other exchanges where Nollycoin is traded. The portal is open to all content owners worldwide, and there is no third-party intervention in the entire process. So welcome to the world of Nolly, a new revolution in movie distribution powered by Nollycoin. For more information on how to be a part of this revolution, visit www.nollycoin.com. Welcome to the world of Nolly. Nollycoin is the linchpin of a new ecosystem that provides lasting solutions to some of the intractable problems of the movie industry in third world movies and beyond. Nollycoin powers a peer-to-peer system for the publication, distribution, and consumption of movies using decentralized ledger blockchain technology. Here is a step-by-step presentation of the Nollycoin-powered blockchain entertainment network. First, producers and content owners register and load their content on the Nolly TV blockchain-powered entertainment portal. Next, the owner executes a smart contract that stipulates the different rights and compensation percentages for different collaborators on each sale of the content. After that, the movie content is publicly published on the Nolly TV portal for consumers to buy. Users will then select and pay for the content through their portal wallets using Nollycoin. Now, once payment is made by the user, the decentralized ledger automatically records and authenticates each transaction. Now, all authenticated transactions are placed into encrypted blocks and added in a permanent form to the decentralized ledger. The micropayments due to different beneficiaries on each sale are automatically credited to their portal wallets based on the terms of the published smart contract for each content purchased. Now, beneficiaries can now withdraw their money from their wallets at any time from anywhere in the world in Nollycoin, which they can keep for the value or convert to fiat or other cryptos on the Nollytainment exchange, or of course other exchanges where Nollycoin is traded. The portal is open to all content owners worldwide, and there is no third-party intervention in the entire process. So welcome to the world of Nolly, the new revolution in movie distribution powered by Nollycoin. For more information on how to be a part of this revolution, visit www.nollycoin.com.
Nollycoin is the cryptocurrency that powers a peer-to-peer decentralized ledger system for the global distribution of movies and other creative works. Here are 7 major ways Nollycoin is set to disrupt the movie industry. 1. With the Nollycoin's blockchain-powered platform, content owners can now list their content with smart contracts that will implement the compensation agreement for all collaborators in the movie production process without third-party intervention. 2. Consumers can now access a global catalog of movies stored on a peer-to-peer network and pay owners directly using digital currency. 3. Content creators get a decentralized ledger system to keep records of their copyrights in a permanent public record that cannot be altered. 4. Nollycoin will eliminate foreign exchange limitations in the distribution of movies. 5. With Nollycoin, movie buyers can now make direct micropayments to content owners from anywhere in the world, eliminating intermediaries that often make such payments very expensive. 6. Many producers in third world countries will receive financial backing for international standard movie projects. 7. Nollycoin tokens will be usable as movie tickets to access movies on the Nolly TV and partner platforms. Welcome to the world of Nolly, the new revolution in movie distribution powered by Nollycoin.
Before I even put it on, because we wanted you guys to hear the explanation over and over so that by now you are starting to understand it. I know it's a bit tricky. All right, so what we have done, what we are trying to do with Nollytainment is to movie owners directly, just like I explained earlier, rather than them waiting for the aggregator, the platform, to collect the money and then pay them maybe every 3 months or every 30 days or whatever. The same, if 10 movies were watched a day, the producer will get 10 alerts. Everybody that is collecting money gets 10 alerts. If it is 100 people who deal with copyright, it's huge already abroad. Because when it's registered on a blockchain platform, it's accessible to everybody. You go in there, you can check the movement of that copyright. Okay, who is the one that is inside of scripts? The person that has the copyright for music. So you don't need to go pay anybody. You don't need controversy. So a YouTube, before they to determine what's copyright, they need to just go to the decentralized network. It's open. They log in there, they scan through, they look what they get, whoever owns what. So that way you eliminate a lot of fight about who owns what copyright in anything. All right, and of course, to provide a multi-level worldwide distribution beyond national barriers. But what we are looking at right now, we are not changing the order or we are not really changing the game in terms of distribution. What we are doing is taking it to a whole new level. We are still going to do cinema movies, where movies come out for the very first time. Of course, they should go to cinemas. So you are going to have, as a matter of fact, I just finished what I call a tentative agreement with one of the major distributors in Nigeria. We're not making that formal announcement yet. We have everything all set and sealed. I'm going to be announcing that early June. Okay, we are hoping that by June we want to have the first crypto-powered movie in Nigerian cinemas. I know some of you are listening to me and saying, yeah, right, but it's going to happen. All right, that movie will be exclusively watchable with Nollycoin. You can't pay Naira, you get to the cinema, you can't pay Naira there, you got to pay with Nollycoin because we got to jumpstart this. I know, but we all see what happens by end of June. All right, enable fair compensation for collaborators. So we move, going back to the previous point, from cinema, all right, it makes the round through some selected networks, then it goes exclusively on Nolly TV, okay, for maybe like 3 to 6 months. From there, we license it to other platforms like ours. And from there, we go into licensing on different parts of it, which is another level of income that most people don't even think about now. Where for those who make commercial videos, for those who make whatever, it makes it easier now, since they can always go on there and make the request, as opposed to us chasing them around. So the next thing is enable fair compensation for collaborators. Right now, lots of collaborators are not getting paid well. I'm talking about script writers, particularly cinematographers. Those are the people that make major differences in movies. They get a pittance while the movie is being made, and that's the last anybody ever heard of them. But with this one, there'll be fair compensation because they can negotiate better, because there's a means of getting it, okay, to be in the original smart contract that's going to be executed. Producers may not like that. Producers like Charles Noda may not like that too much, but now they have to pay everybody well to make sure they get their money. Provide universal means of exchange that eliminates forex, because everybody's going to be paying with one coin, with Nollycoin. Of course, over time, I expect that will happen. Another 1 year or 2 years, other coins that try to get into the entertainment industry will come. Ultimately, one will probably be dominant, just like the same way it is. You have dollars, you have yen, you have pounds, and all that. But we are hoping that Nollycoin will be the standard currency to sell and make movies online, particularly as it involves Nollywood. That's our ambition. How we achieve that is up to hustle and God. Provide top financial backing for some of the best producers to produce quality international films. We complain that Nollywood movies can't be shown, are not being shown in American movie theaters. They can't show it when the sound system will not even play, okay, on their sophisticated stuff out there. And you can't get it that way without adequate budget. When they give you budget for sound, and some movies there, it's more than what you used to make a whole movie here. So what we now need to do is, part of what we plan to do is be able to have enough budget for them to do. Yeah, they might not make the type of movies that they're using 200 million, like that kind of movie, Black Panther. But what I do know, if I give this man sitting down here $500,000 to make a movie, it will make me something close to Black Panther. Chance not be on my line. If I put $500,000 in your hand, can you give me something close to Black Panther?
Where are you marketing it?
Sorry?
For the worldwide audience?
Yes, for the Nolly audience. So what I'm saying is that with $500,000, the quality of movies we make will appreciably increase, even $100,000. Okay, 50,000 maybe, but you shouldn't, if you expect an international movie to do well, you shouldn't be talking about anything less than maybe $75,000, $100,000 for them to make it, so that you can at least show it in the small theaters in the US, even if you can't go mainstream yet. All right, that's what. So those are the solutions. So what is our value proposition? We believe that hardworking producers win, because now they have a wider market, they have a wider audience, they get more assistance. Collaborators win in the chain, because now they have a means of being able to collect their money without having to fight with producers, even if they can't pay them upfront. Financiers and stakeholders win, and the banks particularly, because there are some banks that are really bullish on entertainment, but they get bought a couple of times and they withdraw, because I mean, they give you money and they can't even get the money back. They have to go and start talking to their shareholders, and not because the movies didn't sell for some of those experiences they had, but because some of the producers doesn't live up to their side, the side of their own agreement. But with a blockchain system, that will not be an issue, collecting the money, so they win. Open and transparent record keeping of ledgers. Again, another major issue right now is that accounting for how much your movie made, all right, for other people to see. They have to trust your own record. But with blockchain, it's a trustless system. They can go in there, see exactly how many movies were sold, who collected what or what collected what. They may not see the names of who collected, but they will see the designations. All right, because part of blockchain is also secrecy, but in terms of identity of the collector, but not in terms of the record of what was paid. And of course, we are creating a whole ecosystem where those who create apps that work with software, we also have a field day creating different apps on their own to work with the system that we have in mind. All right, so timeline, let me just quickly rush through this. What we're looking at, because I want to bring this down in like a 5 minutes. We are doing pre-ICO right now, which is the whole of my pre-ICO is I'm going to explain that in a minute. All right, we're going to complete our ICO in April. Hopefully, April 30th is the scheduled time to complete the initial coin offering to raise the funds that we're looking for. May is meeting stakeholders and selections of people to make the first set of movies and what they call TV series, because our platform is going to have both exclusive TV series as well as movies that are not exclusive. They've been out there for a while. Some of them classics. I'm looking forward to having the movies of Tunde Kelani that he released in 1970, 1980. All those movies having a classic session that people all over the world can have access to. I'm paying for. I mean, all those guys, like people like Chico Ejiro, that probably has made, I don't know, maybe 500 movies in his lifetime, should be able to bring some of them back to like load them on that platform. They go in the classic session. Those are the type I like to watch personally. All right, some people love all these new modern day hot movies. I'm just funny like that. I love to watch the Koshigbe's of this world. That's the one that excites me. So we're gonna be talking with them, okay, about bringing their movies on the platform, working out terms with them for movies that are already made, and also those who are in the process of making different movies, negotiating with them to see what we can bring in, some exclusive, some semi-exclusive, and all that. Then we are hoping that for those of us who support our project by buying Nollycoins, we hope to take Nollycoin to an exchange, okay, by June. Because it's when it gets to an exchange that people can try to now get some value for it, and the value are going up. For those of you who know about ICOs, you know that's when the real money is made, even though it's not part of our operations. When it goes to exchange, we really don't control it. I don't want to sell you on the exchange. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to make lots of money when the thing goes to exchange. Everything depends on what happens. All we can do is make sure we continue to operate and do stuff to give perceived value to Nollytainment, and in exchange, those who have our coins, of course, will benefit. But the coin itself, so that you know, for those of you who don't know much about crypto, is really a token that is given to you for supporting the project. We're going to come back to that later. You're not buying stock in Nollytainment, you're not buying shares in Nollytainment, you're not buying security in Nollytainment. That's the law, okay? Because I don't want to get arrested when I get to the US, it's clear. All right, we are not selling security, we are selling tokens. Okay, in June, we are going to have the beta launch of the Nolly TV platform. It's actually ready. I was sent a login this morning, but I wanted to make sure I myself have gone in there, seen the demo of it before I unveil it to the world. Hopefully, I'll probably do another press conference before I go back to the US, where I'm going to unveil what is called our MVP, which already sets us apart from most people are doing crypto out there. Most cryptocurrency projects that are trying to raise funds, they don't have a product that they can show you that this is what this is going to look like. We have one, and I'm very happy to get that message this morning. Hopefully by next week, I'll be ready to unveil it. But essentially, the full platform itself, we hope to be ready by June, that people can actually start going in there, loading the movies, watching it, actually paying in Nollycoin. And once we try for 2-3 months, exposing to the whole world, we're now going to have a formal big launch for it. Of course, in the headquarters right here in Nigeria of movies in Africa. Even though our companies in the US, we believe that Nigeria is powering this movie industry, and we should do it here. In July, we are hoping that the first Nolly-powered movie will be in cinemas then, and it's going to be in theaters. I can guarantee you that one thing to the bank. We're not going to be sentimental in the movie we make. We're putting out the challenge right now to all producers out there. We will pay you the value of your money. We overpay you even in the sense of we will put you on royalty, but we want a movie that will get the whole industry talking. We haven't picked one yet, but we've got 9 legends in the running right now. I'm going to introduce them in a minute. Any one of them will be the person that brings that, and we're going to be talking with them. All right, and of course, in July also, simultaneously, we're going to launch our first exclusive TV series on the platform to join the other pre-recorded ones in there. September, we're going to have a full launch, a big party right here in Nigeria, where we'll officially launch the Nolly TV platform, invite government and all the big names and all that fun thing. And then, now second movie, we are opening October. We should have a second exclusive Nollycoin movie in the cinemas. And December, we're going to have at least 3 out during Christmas time. So we plan 5 for this year, and I'm talking movies that will make everyone excited. But now, so here, let's quickly go through. So we have 4 advisory teams as we speak. There's a business and strategy advisory board. There's a technical team, marketing advisory, and movie directors advisory. Let me quickly go through them. Yeah, there are 7 of us, but I just have 4 there because I need to move fast. We have David Michael. David Michael is a star himself in Hollywood. He's been in Hollywood for years. And now he owns 123 employees. All of you can go ahead and Google him or go to our website to read all his resume. Actually, just did an ICO where they raised over $30 million for another project. So I'm very proud to have him. Also, he has been to Nigeria with me before, so he's very comfortable doing business with Nigerians. He's not one of those guys that's going to be saying they're scammers and all that. So he's going out of his way to create acceptability for us in the US. He takes me around. We were just on a cruise together about a month ago, and he went out of his way to introduce me to all the big names there to say this is one of the few Nigerians you can do business with, and I'm very appreciative of that. My friend is one of the premier marketers out there for those who know about digital marketers. Mr. Kayode is my friend, is my bosom friend since 1981. He's the CEO of Zillennium. He used to be CEO of First Funds, that's a subsidiary of First Bank that was in charge of SMEs for small banks, giving billions of loans, equity investment to small companies. So he understands how companies work, he understands what it takes them to succeed or to fail. So that's why I'm so excited to have him on board, not just because he's my friend. He's bringing tremendous value. He's got multiple multi-story projects in Ikeja and Ikeja Court, for those of you who know that Memorial Court and all that, La Pal House. That's the guy that owns them and is on our board. Ibrahim Jega, you probably will know Jega, you might not know Ibrahim as well, even though he's a big up-and-coming young man himself. He's on the board of Vogue Pay Africa and Arewa Youth Forum. He's actually the co-founder of those of in the North. He's the son of that famous Jega of IDEC or something. But great guy, you know, very modern in his approach, and I'm very proud to have Jega as part of our business strategy advice. So those are the people I talk to about how we're going to position entertainment globally, what we need to do and how we need to do it. Okay, and then we have the technical team. I just want to give a big ups. He is supposed to fly from Port Harcourt this morning. I know many Nigerians, when we do this stuff, we try to give all the credit to the people abroad simply because in Nigeria that is what we respect, but I'm totally opposite. We have 7 people on the technical team. 3 of them are Filipinos, but you can see I have only 4 of the Nigerian ones here because the guy leading the whole thing, this blockchain technology that we're deploying, is this young man called Von Temuago. We call him Von Item because we both can't pronounce Temuago, but his full name is the guy that created the Mobimatic app builder, along with the top guy, Ifyo, the 2 of them. And we did over 500,000 in 5 days, okay, on their software. They created it, and we've done over $1 million in over a year now on that software called Mobimatic. I'm very proud of him. He is one of those few geniuses that we don't tend to recognize. He's under 30 years old, by the way. He's a young man, but abroad now they fear him because he also did Convert Proof that did close to $100,000 in 1 week. And he built that software. So he is the one in charge of the whole technical team for building the blockchain platform that we're using. And I'm proud to say it's a Nigerian. Okay, I could very well execute all the Igbos and tell you it's all we are put the Filipinos. They are just supporting him. The guys doing it is this man here and that last guy. Darlington is probably like 23 years old or something. But these are crack boys that Nigeria has produced. And I'm very happy to showcase them on the international scene so that people can know what they can do and hopefully even get them more business. All right. Now, here are the people advising me on marketing. Because like I always say, it's one thing to make movie. A chance that will give you a great movie, but when you put pressure on it to go market it, then you are causing disaster. So we are not waiting for our producers to go do any marketing. We have guys that's what they do for a living. Delala Taylor is one of the preeminent JV managers out there from the US. In Google Ads, she puts people together to actually market projects. All right, she's launched a software for me before. Emmanuel Adebola is I call him my own coach actually, even though he's my student. But when it comes to cryptocurrency, he's the one that is advising me because he's been involved for over 3 years. I just got involved last year. Me, I'm a fast mover. But he's been around there for 3 years. He's a coach, he's a mentor to a lot of people who are trying to learn cryptocurrency and make money in it. He's also a digital marketer. That's why it's so valuable for me. He lives in Dallas, Texas. He's not living in Nigeria, but he's in Nigeria. He's been in America for over 12 years now. So he understands marketing, digital marketing, and also understands cryptocurrency. So it's a perfect fit